How you guys doing today? Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate everybody being here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I don't think we've ever talked about this live. Stop in and say what's up. What's going on, Trey? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Let me see where I'm at on Twitter. All right, we got 16 people that are watching on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and post my Marjax down below. I've been struggling this morning with like coughs and clearing my throat. I've been struggling this morning. Don't know why. It just came out of nowhere. I was good, and then I started doing my market update for Patreon, and it just like, I don't know, just didn't really work out. I was very confused. All right, let's see. No, that's not it. That's not it. And we'll get into this in like a couple of seconds. I gotta just do an update to my title over there on Rumble. This is bad. This is like I would say back in the day, but it's like a year ago where I had to clear my throat every like 2 seconds. Please, Grock update. What about Grock? We can definitely talk about Grock later. I think we need to get into some good mornings and how are people doing this morning and all this other stuff. I put it on mute for that one. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Audio is good. That's great to hear. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, what do you think about JASMY? Can it reach $1? I think it can. It's just the point of like whether it will have enough oomph, right? I would say to do it, right? I think with the things that they're developing and also the popularity within it, I absolutely think it has the possibility of reaching that level of $1. However, for a lot of people, it doesn't have to reach that level. For me, 20 cents would be $200,000, right? 30 cents would be $300,000. So honestly, it really doesn't have to reach that level. It's just like whether it will reach that level for anyone who wants to become a JASMY millionaire. You know what I mean? There's always a chance that it could go a lot further than that, right? Not only with the understanding of the lockup, but also understanding the use behind it and how it could be heavily used. The issue is that we don't know that that's confirmed that we will see that heavy use. Let me make sure this microphone is good. It's kind of like leaning. It's weird. But we have 84 people here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button as soon as you get in here. It does help out with growth and more people that are coming through the live stream. So thank you. But yeah, I think JASMY has a lot of potential. This is why I have 1 million JASMY coin. And I believe that if I found this position while it was at its true low of like 20, I think it was 27% of a penny to 30% of a penny, absolutely I would have bought $6,000 worth and had 2 million, because it would have given me the strength to hold a million while also using a million to take profit from. That's what I would have loved to have had. But right now it's worth about what, $5,000. So I would have to have 10,000 in order to even have 2 million, which honestly 10,000 or another 5,000 is a small price to pay for what you can gain with JASMY coin. The issue is just, I feel as though I want to spend and continue to spend more money on XRP, and I keep throwing money, a lot of money on XRP. Why is Grock very down? Grock is down by I believe it was down to 53 percent of a penny, right? The last time I checked, which was this morning, so unless it dropped even more. Yeah, it's down to 52% of a penny. So Grock is going to have, its ebbs and flows. And I think right now we're in more of a lull period where a new year, new golf swing. Oh, you got a new golf, you have a new golf swing, or do I have a new golf swing? Because I need a new golf swing. I wanna hit the ball consistently 300 yards, but I haven't had the time to train on that. Which I did a good job. Give me a second. I need to clear my throat. Which I did a good job. The time where I was improving my swing speed, I ended up going from consistently, for some reason, hitting it like 150 or 200 with a slice to hitting it with more of a fade, and actually sometimes hitting a draw and, flying it 250, 260, and then obviously rolling out to where it could possibly reach the 300 mark, depending on the firmness of the fairway. So, yeah, I want to consistently hit it very, very far. And I know people that hit it super far, and I just want to hit it as far as them. But they're baseball players, right? They're used to swinging a bat. They're used to swinging something. I played football, which is not swinging anything. I'm just either throwing a ball or catching a ball, right? Or running with it. But that doesn't really help me in golf. So I need to continue to keep that muscle memory there. For people that play baseball, the muscle memory is there, right? It's always going to be there. It's just a little bit of a change, right? You can't have a baseball swing within your golf swing. But yeah, I can't wait to get out and play more golf and upload more golf videos. Crypto market looks decent. Yeah, especially from yesterday. I mean, it was after yesterday's live stream, which thank you all, whoever was there. I appreciate it. After yesterday's live stream, I mean, things ran, right? My Margex account looked amazing, where my BTC investment was up by like 1,200%. And I think right now in Margex, that's kind of a good segue. If you guys want to, start trading with Margex, feel free to do so. The link to that is in the chat, actually. So I'm trading with Margex, and I'm trading on leverage. And I just recently bought something this morning, which was, I'm trying to think of what it is. It's BNB. I ended up purchasing a BNB at $303 with a margin of 15x. So I was able to get like one BNB. So we can see that flourish, that grow. And I want to see that get to a level of $600 or $800 or so, maybe even $1,000, and be able to make a decent amount off of that. But everything else, obviously, I'm looking for those long-term plays as well. You can see here, that $180 for what I gained in BTC. Also, about 1,000% up, 100% up for this Sol investment. And then another one for Caspa. I'm up 90 or 111% on that, 24% on comp. I am down on this comp investment, which is I'm down 13% on this 10x leverage investment. And that's down $4.74. I am down on these two plays, but altogether I'm up on all of my plays. So these are all long-term plays here for Margex. So again, if you guys want to start trading with leverage, if you want to know about leverage trading, I have a whole section, a whole like playlist basically for leverage trading videos and content on my Patreon. So feel free to check that out. You have to be, I believe, a level of profit hands level or above in order to get those videos. But if you are below it, we can always chat about it in the communities sections and all of that stuff. Are we buffering? Are we buffering right now? So yeah, definitely go ahead and check out Margex. I really like the platform, everything about it. It's just really, really good. But anyways, Grock is currently sitting at 52% of a penny. Again, I think Grock has so much potential, and this is a play that I believe in. The reason why I believe in it is because of the popularity that could be behind it and was behind it actually without any S tier or tier one exchanges. So once you see that level where you see KuCoin and you see Kraken and you see Coinbase and Binance that are listing it, that are talking about it, that are that are trading it, you're going to see a push with Grock. And especially when we see the bull run, this is going to be one of those plays that is at the top of the list when it comes to meme coins. So absolutely, I think this is going to be massive. But again, that's just my opinion, right? Currently, it's sitting at a low point, and I think a lot of people tend to question whether things are going to happen as they're at like their lowest point. They're always like, "This is never going to take place. It sucks, and I'm so scared of what's going to happen." If you're afraid of what's going to happen with the position that you invested into it, then you invested in too much. I mean, there's some people that literally care about any penny that they have, so that's understandable. But if you are investing and you have to understand that there is a risk that you play by investing into the stock market, the crypto market, real estate, anything. And there are those people that can't take that risk, that care about every single penny that they have, don't invest into anything, right? They have their 401k and barely want to have that, right? They just want to keep the money aside, put it in their bank account and go on about their day, but not realizing that they're losing money as that money is in the bank account. So even if they care about every single penny that they do have, they're essentially losing the value that they do have. So if you have $1 million in your bank account, there's going to be at least a 2% inflation for that year. You're in some cases you might see 10%. So the point is that your money is going to be worth less, not worthless, but worth less as you hold on to it. So I mean, for those people that like to pinch pennies, you may be pinching pennies the wrong way, and you need to find a place to where you're housing your money in a place where you gain maybe 2%, 3%, standard, or put it into an index fund where you gain, historically 10% a year, which would be phenomenal. Anyways, I got into a whole spiel. I didn't really read many comments here. MCU died when Tony Stark died. I wouldn't say that. There's a couple of things that are really, really good in the MCU. I would say Loki season 2 was absolutely phenomenal. Both Lokis were amazing. I would definitely say those are the highlights of phase 5. I believe it's phase 5, right? We're going into, I don't even know what phases we're on actually at this point. That's crazy. I would say, trying to think, I would say Black Panther was really good. Definitely up there with one of the best movies so far after the Tony Stark snap. Trying to think. Thor: Love and Thunder was garbage. The story, I'm always into the story, but I mean it was just too much funny. It was definitely Taika Waititi in a nutshell. It was all of him that was displayed on the screen. He's hilarious, but it doesn't need to be hilarious. Like you could have bits and pieces that make it funny, but it doesn't have to be completely hilarious. But yeah, there's that. I'm trying to think if there was one more thing. I think What If is looking good. I haven't watched the whole thing, but whatever is there, I haven't watched it. I've only watched like 2 episodes, so don't spoil anything for me. But it's definitely good. Yes, a bit of lag. Loki needs a movie. 100%. 100%. I mean, that series, I mean the series did it justice. It was fantastic. I If they put it all into a movie, I would watch that. And it would be a long movie, but I would definitely watch a 3-hour Loki movie. Loki's my favorite character. Like I have Loki Funko. You can't even see it. I don't even think you can see it even if I go to full screen. But I have a Loki Funko Pop right next to like my Funko Pop back there. And yeah, I mean Loki's definitely my favorite Marvel character. I'll tell you that. How do we get to this? Is it time to to buy Bonk now? I think Bonk is a good investment, meme coin investment. But when you talk about long term use, it's not that. So if you're thinking about getting into Bonk, right now is not a bad price at all. I bought a lot higher than where it is right now. I only bought a small amount just to kind of have my foot in the door. And I actually was going to buy a little bit more. I don't even know what the market cap is right now, but I think it's at like less than a billion, right? Or did it surpass that again? So yeah, it's still at less than $1 billion. We saw this at a lower point in the last 24 hours where it was around the $660 million market cap level with $431 million worth of volume. I think Bonk is definitely going to have a major move. I don't know if they added supply because for some reason it's looking like the supply has gone up, and maybe I'm looking at this weird, or I'm just not remembering it the right way, and I see too many supplies. But yeah, we can see that you're at a $660 million market cap, currently at an $834 million market cap, so still below a billion. It's got to 2 billion. I believe it definitely has, a lot of upside. I didn't make that move to buy more, which I should have. But I don't want to be heavy on meme coins. And I feel like right now with the amount that I have in Grock, that definitely is on the heavier side within the green meme coins. I still gotta watch that damn Aquaman movie. I heard it was garbage, but I need to see for myself. You know what I didn't watch? I didn't watch the Marvels. That's the first Marvel movie that I skipped, and I still need to see it. So I'm gonna wait once it comes out on Disney Plus. I'll watch it. Um, I wanted to go see it in theaters, but we just didn't have the time during that weekend. So there were a lot of important things to do. But we have seen every single kids movie that has come out so far. We've seen Wish, which a lot of people hated for some reason, and said it was like kind of cookie cutter material, which honestly, that's the whole point, right? I liked the story. I liked the songs. The kids like the story. They like the songs, and it's about them liking it. And now Harper wants her hairstyle like Asha's in the movie, and my sister can do that, but it's just um, taking the time to do it. And also, I don't think she knows what the pain is like going through um, like braids, like tighter braids that are against your scalp, versus the braids that are like loose braids. So I don't think she understands the pain that goes with that. Like I had my hair braided um, a when I was in middle school, I think, and the pain that goes with that, and that's like a different style of braids. Like they're tight for guys' braids. It's like super tight. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't need to be that tight, but it hurt. Dumb Money is hilarious if you haven't seen it. I have. Oh wait, the movie. Um, I know there was something that was coming out on Netflix, right? Or came out on Netflix, and I think I seen that. But then there was something that's coming out in theaters, and I wanted to see that. So, but I have nobody to see it with. I would have to go and see it by myself because Erica doesn't want to see that. She would if I was in the movie, right? But Dumb Money was all right. Okay, so somebody says Dumb Money was hilarious. Somebody says it was all right. It's like completely different it's polar opposites. Anyways, let's look at where the market is and give you a little bit of an update on what's going on, because we're talking about a lot of things besides the crypto market right now. I love movies though, by the way. I absolutely love movies. That's why I love AMC so much. I still hold AMC. I honestly thinking about buying more AMC. Um, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that because even though they kind of, I guess, screwed everybody over, I still want to hold AMC. I made money from AMC, right? Ultimately, I made a lot, but going from the value that it was sitting there of $80,000 down to less than $1,000 is insane, right? Um, but like I said, I made money on AMC because as it went up to $20, I took 16,000 out, which was my initial investment. And well, no, I didn't make money from it. I technically broke even. And right now I'm at like a break even point, right? um, and if it decides to decrease more, then I lost money on it. But I I took the $16,000 out and put that into the crypto market. And then since I knew that I had $16 out, as it did decrease, I put another 1,000 in so that I would have more AMC. So technically, I'm not just at what I invested. I'm 1,000 down. So with it worth $1,000 or almost that, it's around the break-even point. However, it's not looking too hot. But I'm still a big fan of movies, so I'm going to go ahead and invest probably into AMC. But that's a stock market situation and more of a Webull situation as well. If you guys want to sign up for Webull, I have a link down below where you guys can sign up for that. But yeah, let's go through the market. Currently, we're sitting at a $1.71 trillion market cap. We are seeing Bitcoin's dominance that is increasing. It's up to 53%. I talked about this and how when you see the percentage of Bitcoin's dominance increase, you know that we're not in altcoin season. When you start to see that percentage of Bitcoin dominance decrease, altcoin season is thriving, right? Where you see Bitcoin at like 38%, 30%. Dominance, you're going to see altcoin season definitely at its highest. So we need to see that overall, not Bitcoin come down, but Bitcoin kind of stall out a little bit while everything else starts to run, because Bitcoin is up 5% today. There's not a ton that's up by more than that, right? You look at Ethereum, and Ethereum is up by 3%. You want to see that up a lot further than that. However, you have hype around Bitcoin. You have these spot Bitcoin ETFs that are, basically ready for approval, and we're one day away from seeing at least one spot Bitcoin ETF either approved or denied, which we all believe it's going to be approved. But yes, the dominance can swing, but you can tell when we're in more of a an area to where the altcoins are kind of taken over. We're not there yet, especially with all the hype around Bitcoin right now. And we may not officially get there until after the halving. However, we could see a trickle down effect of the Bitcoin profits that people are taking before the halving happens. You know what I mean? So the altcoin season could start, or at least altcoins could thrive before the halving. And you'll see people that decide to take profit because people are buying now or buying, maybe in the last month or so, and in anticipation for this to happen. And yeah, they're buying now with anticipation for this to happen. And when it does, and when more money does flow in there and you see it hit a level of 60,000, I'm sure there's going to be people that take profit from people that invested at 15,000 or 20,000, right? Where they're now at triple their investment, but they're going to take some profit. They're not going to take all of it. But yeah, I tend to read comments in between the things that that I talk about. But yeah, anyways, Bitcoin is at 46,400 or 40, almost 46,500, up 5%. It is slightly down in the last hour. If you look at Solana, that has made a move. It's up 12% in the last 24 hours. So that's great. Still down 11% in the last 7 days, though. So you have to take that into account. XRP is down by 10% in the last 7 days, but up by 1%. It's really just flat, right? It hasn't been moving a lot. And that kind of leads us into the conversation with XRP. There's a lot of people that will say, XRP has no chance at all, 0% chance to get to $1,000. And I understand where they're coming from. They're always looking at the circulating supply. You're looking at where the price would be. You're looking at a full breakdown of, like, say this, where you go into here and you're like, I break this down on my exit plan spreadsheet. If you want this is over on my Patreon, where you guys can set up your own exit plan, by the way. But if you go down here and you look at $1,000, that's going to be a $53 trillion market cap. You're like, there is absolutely no way that this can happen. Absolutely no way. When you look at XRP, you have to look at it differently than just a cryptocurrency project that's going to have its own use, that's going to have a substitute for cash, right? Where you're like, all right, I'm taking my cash, I'm buying this, and then I'm going to have this thing that's worth so much cash, right? XRP is a different story, where instead of you taking that cash and substituting this new cryptocurrency for it and going on about your way, this is the cash. This is the flow of money. This is the money that we all use and adopt, right? So it's a different way of looking at it, because we don't go and look at the US dollar and go, okay, you know what? It's worth $1 and there's 10 trillion or 20 trillion or 40 trillion, however many trillions of dollars that are in circulation, right? We don't look at that and go, okay, the US dollar is at a $46 trillion market cap. We don't do that, right? And we're probably not going to do that with XRP, because when it's used as that, as such, as the digital currency, the world digital currency, not just the US, you're going to look at it and go, okay, I'm utilizing this because we only have this much that's left. You can't print any more. And it's going to be worth this much in order to make up for what the use will be for, right? So we're not going to look at it and go, XRP is at a $53 trillion market cap. We're going to go, or the dollar is at a $53 trillion market cap. No, we're going to go, this is what we're using this for. This is the value of what it is. The value is not, a dollar anymore, because so many people are now using it. The value is $2, right? The value is $3. So if you look at it being a complete substitute for cash, I don't know how much cash is in circulation. I really don't know. US dollars, because then you have also coins that are in circulation. US dollars in circulation. So you have 2.3 trillion that's in circulation. The US dollar that's in circulation. The US currency in circulation is at a currency level of 2.3 trillion, up from 2.3 trillion last week. Okay, so if you just do this math here and go, okay, what's really the value at just how many dollars are in circulation? You can say 100 billion coins, right? And we'll go with the max supply, 100 billion coins, and that has to get up to the value of 2.3 trillion. So if you're getting up to a trillion, that's 1,000 billion. So basically you're just getting to a multiplication of 10, right? So currently it would be at a $10 price minimum there. But as you see it with 2 trillion, you're now adding it to a $20 price minimum, right? And then you're looking at only the supply that we do have, where it's 54 or 50 billion. And now we kind of multiply that by 2, because it's 50 billion to get up to a trillion. So that's 20. So $40 that we can end up seeing that for. And now we're talking about the circulation of money for the entire world, right? We're talking about circulation for all money in the form of US dollars, which I don't know if we do have that data there. So in my opinion, that's why I always look at it and go, okay, $10 to $20 is like a guarantee. I believe that's going to be the case. $10 to $20 is a guarantee that we're going to get to those levels, as long as we can see that substitute. And I hope that does happen. But then if we see something further where, one, we have lesser supply, right? Because it does have a natural deflationary aspect to it rather than inflationary aspect. So in the next 50 years, as things do burn off with the use within it, we're going to see the supply end up decreasing, meaning that we do have a larger price that we can get to based on whatever the circulation of money actually is. So just breaking that down, you understand a $10 to $20 price is kind of guaranteed as you see that develop, as you see that implemented, if it could be the case, and should be, honestly. Yeah, then you start to bring in, like I said, all circulation of all money, and then you start to get into the hundreds and maybe even get into the thousands. And then we start to get into heavier use cases. We start to get into the fact that people are using it as more of a, and not to say it is, but they're using it as a store of value by holding that for a long time, like it's a gold or like it's a diamond, because it will grow, right? It's going to appreciate in value. So if people are holding it, technically you don't even have 100 billion in circulation, or technically you don't even have 50 billion in circulation. So it depends on the people that are holding it. It depends on the people that are looking at it as a larger investment or long-term investment rather than a use of currency, or a currency that's in use. So it's definitely has a lot of it opens my eyes to what it could be. And that's why I look at XRP and I go, the sky is the limit. What is it actually going to be? I'm excited for it, but there's some people that just don't see that, and it's understandable. Just for reference, as of July 2023, the total market capitalization of domestic companies listed on the stock exchange worldwide is $112 trillion. Again, that's fantastic. And I know people always go like, oh, that's worth more than the stock market itself. Looking at 40 or 50, what do you call it? 40 or 50 trillion dollars or whatever. Sorry, I'm cold. And I'm glad that someone turned on the heat because I'm always freezing down here. But yeah, if you're looking at 40 or 50, trillion dollars, you're like, it's worth more than the stock market. We don't look at it the same way. The stock market are businesses. This is the money that flows into those businesses, right? So if it's flowing through, held by, stored on the side, right? We have money that's in circulation, but we also have money that's sitting on the side that's stored. All money not in circulation in the world, but just sitting there, right? The value of, and I know you probably look more like, this will look more like gold, where it's the store of value for Bitcoin. But people will treat it as that as well. So I don't know. I'm looking at it with, more of a glass half full, I can't even speak, glass half full perspective, or glass completely full, honestly. 10 to 20 is a drop in the bucket where we're never gonna work again. Bro is delusional. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. You're open to your opinion. Please tell me why I'm delusional. XRP will be worth something only when utility kicks in, meaning banks use it. Until then, it will pump and keep dumping like it has done for 10 plus years. So you got to understand that there are steps to success. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo said it best, which I just want to, maybe toot my own horn a little bit. He was following me for a while on TikTok, but, he only followed 40 people. Let's go ahead and say that. So something about one of my videos resonated with him, but I don't post much on TikTok. So it must have been something. I don't know what, but now I think he only follows like his family. So I think he decided to, because he followed a lot of stock and crypto and investment individuals. And then now he doesn't do that, but he said it best, where he was like, there are steps to success, right? In the beginning, you're not going to be able to see that same success because people don't believe in that, right? You have these steps to where you're now jumping into these different banking institutions with your payment options and developing CBDCs, right? These CBDCs may not be as efficient as something that they already have on their plate, which is XRP, may easily communicate with other banks, other institutions, may easily communicate with businesses as well. And with all of that flow of XRP, and again, this is all speculative, you're right. Until implementation does happen, I don't think we'll see a major push like we expect to see. However, with even just the thought process of this happening, right, you will see some pushes up to some higher figures. Definitely up to the $120 billion market cap, to maybe even the $200 billion market cap, but then you'll start to see major pushes after you see implementation. Thanks, there would be some flip of the switch. Let's see. Thank you guys for being here. We got 260 people that are here, and we have 89 likes. I would like you guys to hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see what people are saying on X, if anybody's saying anything. Yeah, I don't see any chats right now. Feel free to check out the link for Margex down below and in the description. If you want to check that out, you can trade with leverage if you're interested. But I know leverage trading can be scary for some people. Just know there's a difference between, leverage trading to where it pulls from your entire account to leverage trading where you are just pulling from the amount that you invested. So there's a difference. And I really like Margex for having that, option there where I can trade, isolated leverage to where I can now invest $40 and I only have a possibility of losing $40 there. Matt, what's the best strategy for minimal tax implications? Probably a buy and hold strategy. So buying and holding for a long period of time is probably the best strategy to where you have a long-term tax. And again, I'm not a CPA, but what I typically do is I have the larger amounts that are going to be those longer holds. Like if something happened with Terra Luna Classic where I gain $30 million from it, I know that I've held that for over a year at this point. I haven't added anymore. I've held that for a year and I don't have to worry about being taxed on what I'm buying short term, right? I'm looking at a 20% long-term capital gains tax there. So I definitely think that that's probably it, as well as accepting some of your losses to offset some of your gains. Now, I know you're not going to be able to offset all of them because if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in gains and you only have $5,000 in losses there, you can only realize or report $5,000. I believe that's the case. But again, not a CPA. Ripple even dumped on their own XRP army people. What? They have never done an airdrop or anything. All they do is dump on the holders. So they add it to the overall supply, create strength within it. Because you don't say that Bitcoin dumps on people by allowing them to mine, right? Yes, Ripple does control that and they release the escrow as they see fit. But it still holds that strength and holds the line. It's a natural inflation right now, but then ultimately they have a natural deflationary aspect once everything is released. So if you're looking at a long-term time frame with this, you could look at in the next 40 months, 40 plus months, they release 1 billion a piece, and in those next 3 years, you'll see that natural inflation, but also an increase in the overall market cap. If we believe that the market cap can get a lot further than where it is right now, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer to be a part of it. At least for me, it is. I have only 285 XRP. That is enough for the future price for very good gains. I agree. I mean, if you look out far enough into the future, I mean, it may be a little bit difficult because if you have 200, then that means you paid I can't do math right now, but you paid not a crazy amount. It's not $1,000, right? Jesus, why can't I do math? It's less, so you pay less than what the actual number is. So it's under the $285 mark. Hopefully, if you paid the 50 cents, then it makes it easy because then you paid half of that. But the point is that as it gets closer to a point where it's like maybe worth a dollar, well, or it gets worth $10. Well, now you have 2,000 some odd dollars there. So you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I made a lot of money from this. So do you sell that at that point, or do you hold on to it for a longer period of time and what it could be worth? Because if you invest a small amount and it turns into a larger amount, it's much more difficult to hold. I'll tell you that. I know it's difficult to hold. Like Terra Luna Classic, I invested $43 and it was difficult to hold when I saw it get to a value of $3,000. I was like, wow, okay, let me take half of that. So I ended up taking some of it, taking some more of it, taking some more of it. And I think ultimately I made, what was it, 4,800 from? It was like, yeah, $4,800. It was 6,000, but I invested a little bit more. So when I talk about my realized gain, it was $6,000, but I reinvested some of that money to get me to $4,800 worth of realized gains. So I was excited because I turned $43 into $4,000. So basically 100x'd that investment by going from $43 to $4,800. But I also increased the amount that I did have there. So now I have 53 million coins again. And yeah, I'm happy about that. I think right now it's worth like $5,000 because it's at like a price of 0.0001 or 0.000, yeah, something like that. Let's see, Terra Luna Classic. Because Terra Station doesn't really give me an accurate number. So yeah, it's worth around that $5,000, $6,000 mark. I will not sell in the near future, bro. I'm a long holder. I think the true price easily will be $50 slash euros in the future. That's why I only hold 286 XRP. Again, I agree that I think it will be massive in the future. It does depend on the implementation here, which I do think is going to be the case. So a $50 price point, $60 price point, $100 price point. If it's actually used as a currency and a complete substitute of fiat currencies, then yes. Lunic has more than one. You're saying 1 trillion stack? Is that what you're saying? Staked. Yes, it does. Guys, we have 264 people here. I'm starving. We have 264 people here. I need like a fruit or something, like banana or... This is my problem with like eating breakfast. I typically would not eat breakfast, but now I'm in like a stage of eating breakfast and getting super hungry during the morning. I typically wouldn't eat breakfast because I would intermittent fast all the way from, I would fast for like 14 hours instead of the 16 hours that I used to do. Just made things easier for everybody else around me. Bro, what's the update from the SEC? Just quickly, please, sorry. So I wanted to see what they did have here. So there was a little bit of an update here, right? XRP news. The SEC's Gary Gensler warns of risk amid XRP spot ETF prospects. Warns from the SEC, Grayscale and BlackRock spark hopes of an XRP spot ETF, but the SEC and Ripple court case rulings loom. So Let's see, on Monday, XRP rallied 4.79%, reversing 2.9% loss from Sunday. XRP ended the day at 57 cents or almost 58 cents. Bitcoin spot ETFs, a prelude to an XRP spot ETF. XRP ended a 3-day losing streak on Monday. There were no SEC versus Ripple case or related news to distract investors. The lack of case related news left XRP in the hands of the broader crypto market. Bitcoin spot ETF related news drove buyer demand for Bitcoin and altcoins. Issuer fees garnered investors' interest amidst a flurry of activity. Significantly, BlackRock announced it would waive fees for the first 12 months as issuers jostled for position. Significantly, the successful launch of a Bitcoin spot ETF, Mark, would support the evolution of a crypto spot ETF market. Last week, Grayscale included XRP in the digital large cap fund, fueling speculation of an XRP spot ETF application. There is also speculation about BlackRock planning an XRP spot ETF. However, progress towards an XRP spot ETF could hinge on the SEC's plans to appeal programmatic sales of XRP ruling. The crypto community attributes the interest in launching an XRP spot ETF to the July ruling, where they ruled XRP not a security in the programmatic sales. There is also, I don't know how to say that, Zakhanov versus Ripple case, where the plaintiff alleged Ripple sold XRP as an unregistered security. Rulings that XRP is a security could raise question marks about launching a XRP spot ETF. So Chair Gary Gensler gives crypto advice. On Monday, the SEC Chair Gary Gensler offered some crypto investment advice, which you shouldn't give advice. It's not financial advice. Before the decision of Bitcoin spot ETFs, Gary Gensler highlighted the elevated level of risk associated with crypto investing, saying investing in crypto assets also can be exceptionally risky and are often volatile. A number of major platforms and crypto assets have become insolvent and or lost value. Investments in crypto assets continue to be subject to significant risk. So basically going on about how everybody's fraudsters and all of this other stuff, and it's just ridiculous, right? So yeah, that's really where the SEC is kind of pulling back from them, like pushing to an XRP spot ETF. And I think that would be massive. And while we talked about how that could be a thing, a lot of other people in those videos said it will never happen. But now there's a ton of speculation and a ton of interest around an XRP spot ETF. So where are those same people that say XRP spot ETF will never happen? It will never be in the conversation. Those people are not here. You know, I hate when people say that it will never happen. I understand that things are, maybe improbable or you feel like they're impossible, but it doesn't mean that it will absolutely never happen. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean that that is the case, right? If you feel like it's impossible, doesn't mean that it's never going to actually happen. There's always a chance that something can happen. There's always, even if there's just a small chance, it could be a 0.01% chance, it's still there. And it can still be increased as you see different things that are happening. Just like how you have the chances for someone to win a basketball game. You have the odds of someone winning, and they're down 20 in the fourth quarter. There's 2 minutes left, right? And, you're betting against the Warriors. It's like, okay, I know the Warriors can shoot the lights out for literally 5 not even 5 minutes, 5 seconds, and can come off the clock, and it seems like they're tied. Like that's basically how that can go. So the odds get, even though the odds are still there, and they'll say the odds of the Warriors winning is like 0.01%, and then they end up winning. As that time goes along, as they get closer and closer, those odds start to even out. That's exactly what you see here, right? So don't think that nothing could be possible. If you physically wanted to do nothing, you couldn't do nothing, right? You're like, hey, do nothing. It's impossible. You can't physically do nothing, but that's a whole nother subject. You're like, I'm looking. You're doing something. You close your eyes. It seems like you're sleeping, or you're standing, or you're sitting, or you're laying. You're doing something at every moment that you're doing something. But again, that's another conversation. Don't get me wrong. That one has a massive adoption by companies, investors. I may be behind. I'm telling you, the last couple of days, we have had some doozies in the chat. I mean, it's okay. You're always gonna have those people. That's crazy. I never get hungry in the morning, and today I'm starving. Are usually fast all day and eat dinner at 4 o'clock. Yeah. Um. So you fast all day and then you only eat dinner at 4 o'clock? I mean, your body starts to get used to it. I feel like, yes, you need to take in the right amount of calories, but you don't need to overeat, overindulge. I know a lot of people do that. And I always tell the kids this all the time. Like they're eating food and they're like, I'm still starving. And I'm like, you're definitely not starving. I was like, I know what it's like to be starving. And it's not this. You literally just ate. And when they tell me like, oh, I'm still hungry or something like that, um, we'll give them like something light, but there's nothing like we're not going to sit here and give them another full meal. You don't need to overeat. We could save that food for lunch. We could save that food for another dinner. You know what I mean? Um, I believe that XRP is the one coin that the world needs. Does the same thing as Bitcoin, but it's faster, cheaper, more reliable, and in my opinion, because it will work as a currency bridge. Yeah, I would say that's sort of right when you compare it to Bitcoin. I mean, you look at what Bitcoin was supposed to be and now what it is, right? It always has been, that store of value, but they wanted it to be the world currency, and that's something that can't happen. It's just not fast enough. Um, and it's not. We need something that's super cheap, super fast, super reliable, and super secure. And that's what XRP is. That's why I believe that this will be the case, that XRP will run to way higher figures. Will it 100% get to $1,000? I don't know. I really don't. I would say it still has the chance to do so, though. And we need to kind of push market cap aside. Even though market cap will still become a topic of conversation, we can continue to talk about that and what the market cap will be, worth trillions of dollars, and have trillions in circulation, or sorry, have billions in circulation, worth trillions of dollars. That's where the conversation will be. But I think XRP has a lot of potential to run. So much hostility. Don't shoot the messenger. Eh, it happens. You think Dogecoin will run this year? I do think it will run this year, and I think it will always have its place because it is the original meme coin. Honestly, there may be some others, but this is the original meme coin, right? It was created as a joke, um, to show how easy it would be to create a cryptocurrency, and simple it would be to create a cryptocurrency, and something that's different is that it will be, and it is, and always kind of has been, the sole meme coin of the market. Everything else is a meme token. You know, you're never going to see anything like Bitcoin again, or sorry, Dogecoin again. Everything that has been created it's been created under a different blockchain. Bro, the tokenomics exist, pre-allocation exists. I can see the SEC rug pulling tomorrow and only allowing the ETF close or after the halving, close to or after the halving. Um, so I wouldn't say that, but I can definitely see, and that's why I wanted to prepare people before. Um, I can definitely see the SEC trying to rug pull the market, because honestly, that would be the biggest rug pull of the market, and it would absolutely crash a lot of things and probably liquidate a lot of people. However, I felt like the liquidation already came in, and now we're seeing that maybe some of these institutions already bought their Bitcoin that they wanted to buy before everybody else invested their money into it. um, because they may have bought at 40,000 and they wanted to see a large hit to the market, and they probably bought a lot of other things. Oh my God, XRP will never go past $3. I mean, we'll see. You said we'll never go past $3. It already has been past $3. But if XRP goes past $3, then where will you be? Will you be here, hillbilly? Will you probably change the name that you have and continue to talk in the chat? Like, I don't know. Guys, buy Caspa and other new layer ones. That's how you make money. So it's not only about making money. It's also about the being a part of something, being a part of the future, and also like establishing a place history wise, and then being there within the future and being a part of the larger mission of cryptocurrency, which is to be used as that form of payment everywhere, whether you talk about gaming or you talk about just standard. I'm buying something at the store over here at Target. I can easily use cryptocurrency. It's fast. We don't have to use banking. And technically, we still probably would go through banking. They're trying to find a way to implement that, and still go through where the money flows through there. And we would still go through that. However, they just wouldn't have the same level of access to our funds. They would probably end up using it depending on like how we pull out money. Just like maybe an exchange, they're trying to get an understanding of exactly how exchanges would do that. Because the things that they frown upon on with like exchanges is the fact that they're using, like, say, not all exchanges, but some exchanges like FTX, what happened with FTX, they're using customer funds, basically to loan out to others. And that's what banks have been doing historically for years. The issue, decades. The years, or sorry, the issue is that now with XRP, they won't be able to back it. They will only be able to back it with the US dollar, and then creating a larger inflation if something does happen to that bank, because they would be printing with the US dollar to gather more XRP, but naturally creating a larger inflation on the US dollar because they need to recover maybe what was the bank run that you ended up having, right? Does that make sense? Hopefully that does. So basically, a business, or sorry, a bank would house your XRP just like it was an exchange, and they would house it for you, and then you would basically utilize that XRP in the form of a digital, either a digital card, like something where you have your bank card, use it instantly, goes over there, whatever, or you use your phone, instantly use the XRP payment options, or Ripple payment options, and instantly goes over there. But they can now still probably use it to loan out to other individuals in the form of mortgage loans and car loans and all of these other things that they ended up doing, right, with it. They can loan it out 10 times with our money, but will they do that with cryptocurrency? It's a little bit more of a risk, right, for them. Accumulation phase still in effect. Don't get scared out of your positions. Just accumulate. I would agree. I've been accumulating XRP 10K next week, Thursday or Friday. You think it's getting that, or you think, wait, 10K? $1,000 or $10,000 next week? The XRP private ledger is running at 100 XRP. What? I understand what you're saying here. Can you tell me any news websites they show us news in seconds? That's difficult to show us news in seconds because they have to take time to write it. A lot of times, you know, CoinDesk will do a good job. I typically just go to Google and I'll type in crypto news, and even while the market is running, you'll see no news until somebody decides to write something about it. And most likely, the first thing they'll write is like, the crypto market is up by this much, and it's because of this reason that I came up with, and not from any other research that I did. It's just trying to be the first. For them, it's about being the first on the scene, not about being the most accurate information that's on the scene. Another form of investing is, I know a lot of people, and this is not crypto related, but a lot of people like collectibles. And I've been collecting the Lorcana cards. It's something that me and Harper go through. We go through packs and try and find enchanted cards and valuable cards. And I think I spent maybe like $300, but I ended up making back about 110 of that. But it's also they're collectibles that I'm going to hold on to for a long time. And I can't wait to see what the value is in the future, if they are going to have that value. I mean, right now they're super like popular, not as popular as like Pokemon, which you can get like a Charizard and spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on some of these cards. So I'm always excited for different opportunities, like Funko Pops, cards, other collectibles. Bonk just went to 0.000.00001. It ended up decreasing. Bonk. Like it dropped down? What do you mean Bonk just went to 0.00001? Is Bonk on Binance? Bonk is on Binance. So on Binance, is on Coinbase. Yeah, that was the whole situation, right? It had a Coinbase and Binance pump within the same time period. Oh, it went up. Yeah, I mean, it went up a while ago. So, I mean, the last 24 hours pretty much jumped from the halfway point between 0.00001 to 0.000011, or 1 2 1, actually 3 4. So reminds me of when I was a kid and collecting Beanie Babies. I mean, some of those are worth money, isn't it? Some of those are worth some cash. That's what I'm always trying to do. I'm trying to do stuff with, because Harper likes Disney and she likes playing the game. So we play the game all the time. We'll do that, and we'll give her any new cards that we do have that aren't valuable. Like, we'll give it to her or me, and we'll play the game. So I hope it gets popular. You never know. It might not. And if it does, then that'll be great, because then the cards that I have may be worth quite a bit. But you honestly never know. You can't 100% predict that something's going to be popular 20 years from now or 30 years from now, or something like that. Because when I was playing Pokemon, I can't even remember. It was like, I know it came out in like 1998 or something, but I was playing it when I was like 9 or 10. into like when I was 12, and I had first edition Pokemon cards. Like they were everywhere. Those first edition Pokemon cards didn't come to the US, I think, until I want to say 2000s. I want to say it was the 2000, like really early 2000s. I don't know why people say early 2000s. Like this is technically still early 2000s. It's just not super early. Like once we get to the year 2790 or something, then you're like early 2000s, which the world may have restarted itself at that point. Because we're slowly destroying it. Slower now because, we're driving a lot of electric cars and stuff like that, but we're slowly destroying it. What was I going to search? I was going to search something. Can't remember what I was talking about. Oh. Pokemon release in the US. It was 1998. Pokemon cards. Yeah, it was January 1998. Ever since then, collectors of all ages have been okay. The base set of the base set of Japanese Pokemon cards came out in 1996, 1 month after uh, Bandai Pokemon cards. 100 Pocket Monster Part 1. The United States, it came to the United States in January, and in the United States on January 9th, 1999. So close to that. But yeah, the cards were like in circulation, and I had first edition Pokemon cards. It was just we didn't have like booster boxes or anything like that because I didn't have any money. I was broke. But Pokemon cards weren't like super expensive then. Now they're not expensive for a pack, but yeah, they're definitely more expensive than they were for pieces of cardboard or pieces of paper. Some foil, right? Discontinued stock skyrockets in price, no cap. I'm thinking about getting into SEI. Yeah, I haven't gotten into that position yet. I know that's been a mover. Something that has been moving quite a bit is up to a $1.6 billion market cap where it currently stands. If we look at it over the last year, it really has risen from this 10-cent price point all the way up to about 90 cents or so, 85 cents. So going from this market cap down here of a $200 million market cap up to a $1.6 billion market cap definitely shows a lot of promise. I do have issues only with the circulating supply versus the total supply. I always have that issue. But if you have a schedule and when that will be released, you may not have major factors of dilution because right now, at a $1.6 billion market cap, it would be worth or at this level where we are at this price, if we saw full dilution, it would be $7.3 billion. So I always struggle with that. I hate dilution, but we know it's a part of cryptocurrency, especially even as you just look at something like Bitcoin, you're going to see that dilution as people are mining it. And it's less dilution now, but you still saw that dilution, and it's like, will that have the chance to get to $100 billion market cap or 200 billion? And no one would have thought that, back in the day as they were mining in the beginning, but no one also looked at the total supply and was like, that's a drawback. They looked at it as like, I can own more. Like there's 21 million of that and I can own more. But yeah, it always sits with me different where I'm like, this could be worth a lot, but also it could be heavily diluted. Cartoon came to the U.S. in 1998, Saturday morning, February 13th, 1999, on Kids WB. Someone who knows, please explain to me what the term no cap means, and where it came from. So I don't know where it came from, but no cap means you're not lying. You're not capping. Yeah, somebody explained it here. Mike Jones. No cap means no lie. No cap equals lie / liar. What am I? Oh, how am I? I'm doing pretty good. I think people asked me that in the beginning of the day, but I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I guess you can always complain about not being a millionaire at that time. Speaking of that, I have lottery tickets that I need to, because I'm supposed to play the lottery every single month. I don't know where they went. So I'm supposed to play the lottery every single month, and I think today I would miss it if I missed one. No, because I'm supposed to I go to the grocery store. That's where I would play it. It's just for strategic purposes, and I don't want to miss any of them. I want to make sure that we go through with everything there and have that play out. And I was supposed to make content from that, but I just never got around to doing it. Who? Mike Jones. You know that, but you don't know. I guess that's old. That's old school, right? SafeMoon will raise. Wait, SafeMoon will raise like Phoenix together. So you're saying SafeMoon will rise? Dogecoin didn't have a dev team when they went ham. Neither. Wait, Dogecoin didn't have a dev team when they went ham, neither back in 2021. What do you mean they didn't have a dev team? They've always had the creator and founder of Dogecoin. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought they did. No cap was popularized in 2017 when Atlanta-based rapper Young Thug and Future released the track No Cap. Interesting. Didn't know that. We got a lot of chats that's happening right now. They say they will burn 14 billion XRP. They are guessing it's a settlement between the SEC and Ripple to burn 14 billion. I mean, that would be amazing, and that would create a huge flurry of people investing into the position, knowing that you're going to have less XRP that's in circulation overall, meaning that the overall ceiling of that price does rise a heck of a lot. So yeah, that's exciting. Very exciting. Fear and Greed Index is at 76. Are you seeing a lot of FOMO? Am I seeing a lot of FOMO into Bitcoin? Definitely, I would say. There's some into Solana as well. But right now in the last hour, I'm seeing a little bit of red. It's just not super red. But Fear and Greed Index is at 74. It's more towards greed, where people are just trying to grab as much as they can before the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. And hopefully you have multiple approvals. XRP on Coinbase is available to most, but not us New Yorkers. Love it. I can sense the sarcasm. I apologize that you don't have that ability to buy XRP. I don't understand what is New York's problem. Like, just allow it. What's their issue? Like, I really don't understand it. Are they trying to have people move out of New York? Is that the reason why? But people won't, because it's like that's where That's where you're from. That's what you do. Yeah, New York City. Oh yeah, New York cannot buy XRP. New York being New York. Unfortunately, I was a part of the SafeMoon army and was just disappointed. So in the beginning of like my cryptocurrency journey, right? Um, I can say that I was trying to be a part of a lot of the meme plays that were coming up and what could be within that. And that's where I got my first glimpse of burns because SafeMoon was said to burn off as they see volume. They just really couldn't get listed anywhere and have that volume burn off. And my overall thought was that I didn't know that exchanges don't adhere to what the coin wants. I thought exchanges adhere to what the coin wants at that point. Um, because it makes sense. It's like a business, saying, hey, I sell this. And then their franchise is going, no, we don't want you to sell sports equipment. We're going to be labeled as Dick's Sporting Goods, but we want you to sell Big Macs and Happy Meals. Like it's like that makes no sense whatsoever. I always thought the coin has the say. If we do something on the blockchain, we have something within our coding, then the exchanges line up to that. I always thought that was going to be the case. However, no, exchanges can do whatever the heck they want. Um, and they can say we don't want to implement a tax, we don't want to do that, and it was just like I didn't do I didn't look into that a lot more. I didn't look into that a lot, and then when I finally realized that, I was like, okay, well, burning is still an option, but it's something where now you have to go through this next layer instead of just the team developing whatever they want to develop. You also have to go through this next layer, and then a layer on top of that, and a layer on top of that, meaning tier 3 exchanges, tier 2 exchanges, tier 1 S tier exchanges to kind of convince them this is the way, right? But no, they can do whatever the heck they want. I fell for SafeMoon too. Do you still hold Haycoin? Absolutely. I still hold Haycoin. I hold I think I have a little bit more. I don't know what the price of Haycoin is, but yeah, I still hold Haycoin. Whoops. But Haycoin coin. Sitting at $356,000. So yes, I absolutely still do hold Haycoin. Let me go back here, and I think it's an Ethereum project, right? And I probably will buy more. The reason why, and I'm not saying that this is just a pure speculative play. It's not for like, oh, I truly believe this is going to run to a whole nother level. It's just like this has the potential to be worth a surprising amount. You ever have like a surprise, gainer? And that's what I saw with like Moon River. That's what I saw with Rubik. Um, and just a lot of other things. And I currently hold like $45 worth of hay. I may end up buying, maybe like 200 or something dollars worth of it. Now, will that be worth, hundreds of thousands of dollars? Who really knows? Really, I have 0.00013 hay right now. And I don't really want to throw a ton of money in there, but I'm just like, well, who really knows what this is going to be worth? Because again, I can show you guys. I have $45 worth of hay. I have 0.00013, and I probably will get a little bit more. The reason it is at a $1.5 million market cap with $54,000 worth of volume. It is listed on, I think, a couple of exchanges or just one, Polynex, and then Uniswap version 2 and 3. So who really knows if it's going to be listed in so many different places, but it's just a pure, like, this is ranked 3,000 beginning stages of things. I don't truly believe that this is going to run, but it may be a surprising play in the future. Not saying that it will, and it does have a community behind it, because I was looking at some communities and I post on Twitter, and you definitely have some people that are, behind this position. Bro, do you even lift? I don't. I don't lift. I don't lift enough. I was just thinking about it this morning. I was like, I need to lift. Matt, I'm just joining. Please stop the desperate clickbait titles. It's not a good look. I mean, if you like seriously, if you have a problem with how I run my YouTube channel, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I run my YouTube channel by talking about a certain thing. And the way that you draw in that conversation is by putting the conversation out there. If it's a question, asking people, can it get to $1,000? It's because I receive that question a lot. Like I understand where people come from and they say, hey, is this a clickbait title or not? I truly believe that it can get to $1,000, but will it actually? Right? It's a question. And if people have a problem with a question that I have, I'm not telling anybody that they have to be here. You know, it's the way that I run my YouTube channel. And if it's not a good look on me, then, you know, I appreciate your comments, but I'm not going to stop the way that I run my YouTube channel. Like I don't. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say with that. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I will change everything and I'll stop being relevant. So, what? What are your thoughts about XRP ETFs? Is there a truth to this, and do you think it will be a benefit? Absolutely. I think it will truly be a benefit. It will provide the issue with that is that if XRP does become or does have an ETF and does become the world currency, that provides like a very, very difficult situation. And the reason why I say that is because if XRP is the main currency for the world and has only 100 billion coins or less, right? Because if they burn off a certain amount, but if they have 100 billion coins or less, the thing that makes XRP or would make XRP more valuable is the fact that it's going to be utilized as that currency. And if it's utilized throughout the world and certain people are holding it as kind of a store of value or whatever it could be worth as an investment as well as a currency, it's kind of not a conflict of interest, but definitely taking away from the amount that we have in circulation, meaning that we now have a higher price point that we can get to. So it's making it a little bit more difficult because it's like let's say every dollar in the world was super valuable because it was a misprint or something, right? Those misprints are super valuable and they're held aside, right, as a form of an investment for a lot of people. However, it's taken out of circulation. Let's just say there's no more dollars that can be printed and you have a maybe 10% of the money that has been misprinted. And now you have that as like an investment for somebody. Well, now you only have 90% of the circulation of money that you can use. Now, just imagine that you have an ETF around what that value of the money is. So now people are like, funds are holding your currency as a form of an investment for people that want to invest into it. So now instead of 10%, you now have more that's over here, right? It's 30% and only 70% is used within that circulation. So it's like, it kind of sits different, but I do believe it will be a benefit for people that are holding for an investment versus using it as a form of currency. So I joined the talk about serious situations. And if you don't think that that's a serious thing, that we could potentially reach a way higher figures for a lot of investors as well as just the currency itself, why is that not a serious conversation? Yeah, why do you always come with these outrageous questions? Why do I come with these outrageous questions? It's the questions that are in the chats. As I see chats, as I see comments, I literally go through my comment section and go through like ones that are the most liked besides the scam comments, and I will look for inspiration within there. So it's not based on me that's just going, hey, this is what I'm thinking about today. This is where the conversation led to, and this is the conversation that we had in Patreon or on Discord or something like that. And as we have those questions, I want to provide an answer, and I want to know how many people actually feel the same way. And obviously, there's a lot of people that feel the same way, the people that click on the video. So let's have that conversation here. And honestly, we've been having decent conversations until that point. XRP is a scam. See, like, and then if I say like that, like right there, comment, XRP is a scam. If I had a video like that, XRP is a scam, because that's what draws in the viewer as well as the people that want to have that conversation on whether it is or isn't. Is that considered clickbait because I'm now answering that question? Which, I mean, that's a valid question to ask. Do you believe that it's a scam? No, I don't believe it's a scam. You're going to know my opinion. I wouldn't be investing into it if that was the case. The XRP used on the network from XRP, you were buying when, for example, a bank needs XRP, they don't get it from the pool we're buying from. They get it from the unlimited pool on the network. So there's no unlimited pool on the network. Are you talking about like when like people are buying, they're pulling from the escrow? And how much that's being released that's there? So when people are buying directly on XRP, majority of volume for XRP happens on DEXs, right? Yeah, majority of volume of XRP is happening on DEXs. So that's not necessarily true. So as DEXs have a select amount of volume, you're buying directly from them. So I don't know what you're talking about. Would you rather have CBDCs or XRP? XRP. It's one consistent currency. You're not going to sit here and have CBDCs that don't communicate together. Possibly. I mean, they may, but it may not be the same at the speed you really want it to be. And the only reason you have that is kind of like a backup to say if you can have that flow of XRP, then it makes sense to use XRP. However, CBDCs could be that middle ground or that starting point until you gather enough, right? Without the tricks, my bad. I also like XRP. I get the view what the view is saying we deal with from all influencer. We just sometimes can have a great conversation with the tricks. I understand both sides, but yeah, it's something to where if I don't have these conversations, if I don't want to have these conversations, I'm not out here going and saying XRP will be to $1,000 like tomorrow. I mean, if there is a article that talks about this, then yeah, that is what I want to have that conversation on. Can it actually happen? Can Terra Luna Classic reach a level of $1 in 88 days? Honestly, it could if we had all of these things that happen. What are the steps to end up making that happen? Why are we waiting 18 months to see utility that's happening when we could be focusing on this portion that could be decreasing that supply and getting us back to normal, right? There's a lot of conversations that need to be had, and people aren't willing to have those conversations because they're quote unquote clickbait, right? It's always focus on what we see right now and not about the future. I don't understand that. And I've heard certain people say that, hey, with these clickbait titles or something like that, but when it comes to limiting your subscribers or limiting your people to a certain gain, Like you see that. Sorry, my camera cut off because it's too hot down here. I don't have my other camera up, so we're gonna have to deal with this. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end this live stream anyways, because it's sort of pissing me off. I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys, and why isn't he answering the question? What question? I don't care about your question. Just play. Matt, what I watch, is that you? Let me see if that's the same person. What I watch all the time is that you clearly skip my question. Are you being paid to not talk about what? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Am I being paid to not talk about ICP? That is literally, you know what? I'm definitely done now. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. No, I'm not being paid to talk about to not talk about ICP. I've talked about ICP literally probably if you look at my videos, history of videos, and type in Matthew Perry and ICP, I talked about ICP so much. Oh man, that is funny. That is hilarious. XRP to $25, early 2025, Q1. Anybody in the chat disagree? Like I really, maybe I should be done. I really do have to be done in like 7 minutes though, because I have to get the kids ready for, or at least Harper to her bus, and then I also have to take Hayden to school. So ICP is not bad, but people always do that where they're like, why are you skipping my question? You know, I'm the most important person in the world. It's like, come on now. ICP is too centralized. I wouldn't say it's too centralized. I worry about more of the supply overall. Bro, don't let these guys heat you up. Enjoy your day, man. Yeah, I'll enjoy it. I'm enjoying my day. I don't really care too much. But I want to make sure that people, it is very hot down here now. It was super cold and now it's like super hot. Yep, I hear them upstairs. Matt, just enjoy yourself.
XXC Gaiman donated $5 through Super Chat. XRP to $25 early 2025 Q1. Anybody in the chat disagree? Rolling on the floor laughing.
Matt, you rock. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for putting in the time to bring us info. Yeah, I'm always trying to do this. And you know what? I'm going to talk about in a video the XRP ETF. And talk about how the XRP ETF may be coming our way and what we can expect from it. And if people think that that's clickbait, then oh well, you can go to a different person to watch. Like I'm not trying to clickbait people. I'm trying to have conversations on the questions that are asked to me. That's how things work. And I give people the freedom to chat within the chat, but it's perfectly fine for you to not be here. I appreciate anybody that does support what I do, and I am okay with constructive criticism. But I know what works on YouTube, and you know that's the reason why I do it. And also, I also want to have those conversations. Those conversations are important. Because if we don't talk about those conversations, what conversations are we having? XRP to $5? Well, everybody's selling at $5 at that point. You know? Anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Make sure you guys definitely go ahead and check out Margex. Oh, it looks like BNB is falling. Holy cow. What happened to BNB? What's going on? Is everything crashing? Hold up. Hold up. Is it just BNB or is it everything? Everything is falling right now. Refresh. Come on, refresh. Something's happening. Solana is down by 2%. BNB is down by 1%. Ethereum is down by 2%. Bitcoin's down by 1%. Seems like everything is falling right now. And it continues to do that. Is this more of another liquidation? Decision imminent would seem. Decision is close. Fire sale load up. More shakeup before the ETF approval, maybe. That could be possible, which would suck because, you know, I don't want to be shaken out of the Margex positions that I have. But this definitely could be that. I think 283 is the level of BNB that I am invested at. I don't want to see it come down to that point, but anything could happen. So a lot of things are falling at this moment. Again, Ethereum is down 1%. Holy cow. Bitcoin is down by about 0.6%. So it's not falling like too much. ETFs are delayed. Is that what you're seeing, or are you just asking the question? Because I don't want to put that question out there and have it be clickbait. So I'm just joking. So let's see, crypto news. What's going on? Crypto news. I was going to get out of here, but do we have anything that's like up to the minute? It would be great if we had something that's up to the minute. It's super hot down here. Solana is down by 3%, 3.6%. XRP is down by 1%. Cardano's down by 1%. Seems like a lot of things have just suddenly turned red. Let's update this and see what the overall market cap looks like. It looks like coin market cap is struggling because it still says it's up by 3.6%. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, either way, the Bitcoin is still up right now. And maybe it's not. Let's take a look. So yeah, Bitcoin has fallen from 46.8 down to 46.3. And BNB is taking a dive. Let's see if anything else is falling. So I'm down by 44% on this compound position. I'm still up on the other positions that I do have, on some other positions. So this one's up by 99%, 73%, which was up by 100%. Still 900% for Bitcoin. But these two have started to fall down while they were in the single digit losses. It was like 1% and like 8%. You're now seeing them at 24 and 15%. 26% for this BNB play, 37% for this comp play, but less than 1% for this comp play. So we will see. We will see how people react to this, but we're starting to see a little bit of a comeback, maybe back up to a 15 moving average. Everything really started to dive. XRP is going back up. I won't be trading today. Is that what you're saying? Until I get more news on the ETF situation. Sell off for the ETF approval. I mean, could be possible, but we're seeing things that are falling. I mean, this would be an inopportune time to get off of here, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off because my camera's not on. We're seeing a little bit of a push back up, so that's good. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. If you guys want to trade with Margex, feel free to use my Margex link in the description and in the chat. But yeah, I gotta go get this child on the bus and get the other one to preschool. But maybe we'll be back with like either different videos to see what has happened or a live stream. But definitely want to talk about a few things, you know, especially related to the XRP ETF, potentially XRP ETF. So yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll catch you guys.